Hey guys, this is Aidan's Toy Trove. I'm here today with what might be considered part of our mail call series. This package is for me, and it is from one of my good friends. She's a customizer, and she actually gifted me this horse, who was very lovely, and it was very sweet of her. I have a hard time accepting gifts like this, but she really wanted to give it to me, so thank you, bestie friend. She also said there's something else in this box, so I'm hoping I'm hoping that it's appropriate. I'm thinking that it will be. See, the horse is packed in bubble wrap. There is sufficient filler, tissue paper, bubble bags, things to keep the horse from bouncing around. So good job unpacking that. And I will pull out the horse. So here is the horse, who's in lots of bubble wrap. Also, what is in here? Oh, excellent. Yes, I asked her. She had an extra Secession and Leafire hang tag, and I asked her for that. So that was very kind of her. And also one of these disc stands from the Huck Bay or the Celtic Salinero. We're always short on these, and we could always use them. So hey, you customizers, if you ever end up not using one of these bases, we would be more than happy to pay postage to have them sent to us. Okay, now it feels like there might be something in this piece of tissue paper. Something really tiny. Oh, look at this. This is so adorable. It's a little polar bear with a guy with a Santa hat and a penguin with a Santa hat riding it. Oh, thank you, Elayne. Just made by Elayne Watrus, and she makes all these cool things. Isn't that adorable? She's such a talented lady. Thank you, Elayne. Okay, now on to the horse. You're probably like, come on, we want to see the horse. This one Elayne just finished. She was sending me pictures of her in-progress horses, and I fell in love with two of them. And this was one of them, and I went back and forth over which one I wanted. And I finally decided on this fellow. His name is Patch. I guess he had some problems during the customizing process where part of his sculpting fell off, so he is patched back together. I thought that was a funny story. I love horses with stories, which is part of the reason that I picked this one. So he's the Breyer Wintersong mold, and he has been just completely resculpted in the steampunk fashion. He has lots of carving, and he has gears and nuts and bolts, and he has this cool, I don't even know what they are, but I call them doohickeys in his mane and his tail. Oh, he is just gorgeous. He's got a little forelock with a metal and a washer. I just love all these little fittings on him. I'm going to try to get you guys some close-ups because the detailing is just phenomenal on him. I do own, I own one other piece by Elayne. Again, her name is Elayne Watrus. And my son owns a little foal by her as well. Both of those steampunk horses also have their very own videos on YouTube. So if you look up Elayne Watrus on our channel, you can check them out. They're both beautiful works of art, and I have another commission piece with Elayne that she's doing. I'm very excited about that one. That one is going to be kind of a steampunk recreation of our logo horse. Hold on just a sec. I'll put you here with the horse. My cat is jumping in the packing box, so let me move him. Excuse me, cat. Excuse me. He is attracted to boxes, like all cats. So if the black and white cat isn't photobombing, then this cat is basically jumping in the boxes. Okay, so I just wanted to show you this little clay thing again because it's so cute. I think Elayne used to own 2 different companies, and she made these pieces for them. So that's one of them, and I sent her a link to one that I really, really liked, and she sent me that. So that's adorable. Thank you, Elayne. But now back to the horse, because this horse is just so ultra super cool, and I just love him. The tail is made of bendable wire, so it looks like this guy, he might need his tail floofed up a little bit, and we'll do a little floofing. I don't want to mess with it too much. I'm not the artsy type, and I was never, I don't know if you guys remember, but there was a time in the hobby where there were horses called RRH, which stood for repaint, remake, and haired, and they had actual hair, manes, and tails. And you had to brush out their manes and tails and make them look nice for shows. And I was not good at that. I got dust in those poor horses' hairs, and then I had stray strands of mane and tail flying all over the place. There are still a few people who do beautiful mohair, manes, and tails. I actually own a resin kimosabi that was painted by Carol Williams and haired with the softest silky hair. And he's just gorgeous, but I can't, for the life of me, get his mane to look as beautiful as Carol had it in the photos. So, luckily this wire isn't as fly away crazy as the mohair, mane, and tail. So there we go. We poofed out his tail a little bit, but he'll need some more poofage. You can see the beautiful stamping on him. All these different gears, I love them. It gives each piece such a personality, and what I have found with Elayne's work is that every time I look at it, I find something new. And this guy, he's going to be nicknamed Patch. Like I said, because he had problems in the customizing phase where he was falling apart. So, for comparison, I have a Christmas Wintersong. This is just the dapple gray that was offered with a costume. I believe he came with a red costume with some saddlebags, and I don't remember if he had a rider or not. But we can do a comparison of the original and the custom. Now they are the same original pose, but if you look, you can see that almost the entire body has been resculpted. There's really not any of the original lines left, like the shoulder muscle or the neck lines, because that's all been completely resculpted. And I don't know how she does it, but Elayne does a beautiful job painting. It has this gorgeous stained antique look to it. You can see the variations in the tone going from white to light brown all the way down to dark brown. I was trying to give you a look. You can see this side of Wintersong's neck is almost covered completely in mane. So Elayne had to have removed all that mane and then resculpted the neck with the embossing or the stamping on, so that is completely new. And the tail also must have taken some work to remove, because you can see he's got a thick tail up by the base here, so she must have done quite a bit of resculpting over on his buttocks to put the tail in, which is actually held by, I'll show you, the coolest little washer. I don't know if you can see that, but right here, his little metal tail comes out, and it's also kind of ringed around. It gives it a lot of character, and I love, yes, this is silly, but I love that the horses jingle. I just think that's so much fun. I think for the most part that the feathers might be original. Let's take a look here and see if she did any reworking on the feathers. Looks to me like the feathers are pretty much original. This guy actually has the typical droopy Wintersong ear. This ear right here has a habit of kind of warping down, which I actually think is pretty cute, but it's really easy to fix with a heat gun. So if you have a droopy-eared Wintersong, you could fix that very gently with a heat gun. And then I'll give you a look at the top of the mane for comparison. So there we have our original finished Wintersong. And here we have the custom Wintersong. If you can make it out in the video, the mane, which is composed of various pieces of metal, is completely trenched inside the neck. So not only did she sand that entire mane off, but she also sawed into the horse to put the mane inside the neck. Very cool. And I'm still kind of looking at this horse in awe. I love it. And it has these beautiful kind of craters on its knees and on his haunches, and then he has some extra lines, and he's got this lacy pattern. I don't know what it's called, but I love it. And then it goes into dots, and then all the little lines where he's being kind of held together because he's Patch. And he's also got more screws, and I guess these are washers on top of his rump, and he's got bunches, just bunches. He's got a big gear here, gear here. He has nails or screws in his shoulder, one on his flank, on top of his rump. I love these curly little bits. I don't know what they're called, but they're on his withers. And then he has, I guess, 1, 2, 3 on his mane. And this awesome little, I don't know what this metal thing is, but I know Elayne tends to use a lot of typewriter parts, so I'm going to guess that that is part of a typewriter. Just amazing. And she signed him for me. What a pretty boy. Very cool. Elayne Watrus will be vending at the Western States Horse Expo. We will be there also. I believe it's held June 9th through 11th in Sacramento, California at the Cal Expo Fairgrounds. We will be in building, I want to say it's building D. I'm not sure offhand. I'll go ahead and I'll post that in the information below. And we will have Breyer and Copper Fox model horses for sale. And Elayne will have a number of these wonderful, wonderful steampunk custom horses for sale, but she will be over in the art gallery section in this super duper air conditioned building. So I might be hanging out at her booth quite a bit because it's supposed to be scorching hot in June, and the building we're in does not have sufficient AC to keep it cool. So if you don't see me at my booth, I'm probably hanging out with Elayne at her booth, and you definitely will not want to miss her booth. So come by and say hi to both of us. I will also have some of Elayne's steampunk horses for sale at BreyerWest. We'll be doing room sales. We are at the Clarion, and we're on the 2nd floor. I don't remember the room number offhand. I need to post that. I'm going to make a blog post with that, and I'll try to put it in the description down below too, because we will have some of these wonderful steampunk horses for you to look at in person, and then we will also have some used Breyer inventory for purchase. I don't think we'll be bringing any of our new Breyer inventory because it doesn't make sense for us to drive it, gosh, over 2,000 miles from California to Kentucky. It takes over 30 hours. So we'll have limited inventory, but it will be some pretty cool stuff. I might have a couple of my personal customs for sale, and again, there'll be a bunch of these cool steampunk horses, so go and check it out if you're coming to BreyerFest. You definitely won't want to miss our room. Hopefully we'll have some sort of cool raffle too, so if you guys can think of something that might be fun to raffle off that doesn't cost $1,000, let us know. Oh, and also, we have taken over the model horse directory. It will not be published in 2017. It's too late to go to press, but we should have some information there. at in our room at the Clarion that you can pick up if you're interested in advertising. The business directory is very inexpensive and very affordable, so you could probably pick up some information from us there at the Clarion at BreyerFest. So go ahead and maybe, you know what I think would be fun, guys? Go ahead and comment on one of your favorite things about this horse, because there's just so many things going on with him. I'm a little overwhelmed. I just love him. Okay. I think you guys have probably sufficiently seen this horse. What do you think? So I will go ahead and end the video there. Thanks so much for watching.